iron in the soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother King Jabez, back to say another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as my website, theironsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Before I get into today's video, I want to take some time to read this prayer over you. And this is a prayer in regards to your finances. And this prayer comes from the book Prayer and Fasting, which is a topic you all have asked me about. This is from John Eckhart, and this is a book with over 200 prayers for breakthrough. And so I'm going to read one today about finance, and I know that you all will appreciate this. So let me speak this word over you in faith. I break all curses of poverty, lack, debt, and failure. I seek first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all things will be added unto me. I rebuke and cast out all spirits and locusts that will eat up my blessings. Lord, teach me to profit and lead me in a way that I should go. You are Jehovah Jireh, my provider. You are my El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. Wealth and riches are in my house because I fear you and delight in your commands. The blessings of the Lord upon my life make me rich. I am blessed coming in and blessed going out. I am God's servant, and he takes pleasure in my prosperity. I meditate on the word day and night, and what I do will prosper. Let peace be within my walls and prosperity within my palace. That's the word of wisdom I have for you today, in the name of our Messiah, Yeshua. Passing the humiliation ritual releases your wealth. The greater the testing, the greater the blessing. And if you listen to this message is for you. You are someone who has went through a series of tests and you have passed. Kind of like a final exam at school. And so you're experiencing now the pressure, the stress of a final exam. And just because the wealth has not been released, which is what many of you are thinking, does not mean it's not on the way. So you have to be patient. You have to go forward. And many of you, I said you will have a shift in the first quarter. What's going to happen is you're going to have your release in the second quarter. You should have already experienced a shift January, February, March. And what's going to happen now in the next quarter is you're going to experience a release. What the seal of the Most High upon you has done, it has put a determination in you where you refuse generational poverty. You are someone who refuses that to be your lot in life. Listen to what T.I. said. My daddy was a doctor. My mama was a lawyer. Ain't never had nothing. Congratulations in order. What is he saying? He's saying, hey, my family didn't have generational wealth, but I refused it for myself. And for many of you, you have what it takes to gamble on yourself. Now, I'm not endorsing everything that T.I. says, but I am endorsing that statement. I believe that same way. I refuse to use my family or their past or spirits or curses or anything as a justification for me to have a mediocre life. And if you feel this message, if this resonates with you, I want you to listen even further. So the first way you'll receive this release of wealth is through social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship. By that I mean you are someone who presents a system or answers or concrete solutions to an issue in society. So what you have to do is look at your life, what you have been through, how you made it out of that, and how you can now map out and create a game plan for other people who are going through the same things. What am I saying? Your pain and suffering you've been through, hence the humiliation ritual, that's your ticket. All this time you've been wondering why this has happened to you, little did you know is this is your way out. So when you can present answers to world problems, this makes you a social entrepreneur. And so, hey, there's so many problems in this world, we can't all fix all of them. But with all of our minds combined, we can all present solutions to certain problems and bring what we have to the table. So what you have to do is figure out what is going on in your world, what has bothered you, how you have figured it out, and how I can help other people figure it out as well. And let me tell you this, no one can help another woman like another woman, and no one can help another man like another man. So look at your life, what you've been through as a man. I'll give you some free game here. Free as a man, as a woman, what you have been through, how you've overcome. There's a good chance there's about 50 to 100 people that you personally could help with solutions. And that is one concrete way that wealth is transformed, and that is through social entrepreneurship. Number two, a generous gift from a supporter. Whatever you got going on, whether you do music or you're an actor, entrepreneur, businessman, businesswoman, minister, whoever you are, there is somebody who appreciates what you're doing that has wealth, and they're going to bless you with a generous contribution. So this is not to suggest that you're sitting back waiting for a handout. That's not what's happening. This person is going to bless you because of what you're doing. So your work, the talent you put in every day, the time, talent, and treasures is going to so bless this person that they're going to bless you financially. I've had this experience happen to me a couple of times when I've received some generous contributions from supporters. And so when you are doing the work, there is somebody that God will put in your path who has the means to bless you just on the strength. And so this is one way that the humiliation ritual will transfer wealth to you. You're going to have somebody right now, and literally, you'd be surprised who's watching you, who's in a position financially to bless you. And because of the dedication, the time, the consistency, this is why you got to be consistent. You can't give up. This is why many of you right now are really, really fighting a desire to quit. Right? You feel, okay, I might as well give up. It's not working. I'm wasting my time. Don't do that. Because little do you know, you may be very close to receiving that contribution from a wealthy supporter. So we're not saying you're waiting for a handout, but what it is God's way of blessing you for what you're doing. So refusing generational poverty means you are someone who is willing to gamble on yourself for 3 to 5 years. This is what it may take. It's not going to happen overnight. And some of you, I know you're saying, okay, big bro, I expected my blessing by now. I understand that. I can understand that frustration. I can understand that pain, but you had to stay in the battle. Continue to gamble on yourself. Maybe you're in year 2. Maybe it may come in year 3. It may come in year 5. I don't know how it's going to work out for you. But what I do know, if you stay consistent in what the Most High has given you, if you have talents, you have treasures, and you spend time day by day developing that, using that, cultivating that, being active, as we say online, stay active. It's only a matter of time before that shift comes. And many of you right now are experiencing frustration. And I know my audience. Some of you, when you saw that title, you say, all right, big bro, I really ain't trying to hear that. No, you need to hear this. Receive this message. Because even if you don't receive it now, that doesn't mean you won't get it a year from now. 12 months goes by very, very quick when you're working. 24 months goes by very quick when you're working. So I'm not here suggesting this is going to happen tomorrow. It can for some of you. I don't know where you're at in your journey. All of our journeys are different. But I do know if you remain consistent when you're doing, eventually you will get that break. So you have to be willing to gamble on yourself. And this is something Nipsey Hussle said, and he succeeded. And something I learned about Nipsey, I had a dream about him, and God gave me an insight about his life. Nipsey, like an athlete, he would pick his shots, right? I had a dream Nipsey Hussle was on the basketball court. This is a true story. And he was shooting, he got the game-winning bucket, right? And he said after this is in a dream, he said after he got the shot, he says, I don't do that every time. Sometimes I pass to my teammates to let them do it, or I feel like this is not my night. So to be successful in entrepreneurship, as he was, that means he was very careful with his decision-making process. He didn't just jump out there every time. He was calculated. He was decisive. He was thinking. He read a lot. He has a reading book list. You can get online right now, about 60 books. He was a smart man. And so he would read, reflect, think, try different things, and then he would gamble when it was necessary. And so if we're going to experience this wealth transfer, it's going to require us sometimes passing to our teammates, right? Finding people to help you. I know some of you are afraid of networking, but you got to network. You cannot do this by yourself. So you have to be willing to have people around you, men and women, who can help you on your journey. Number 3 is the power to make wealth. That's based on Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 18. Let me take the book real quick. Deuteronomy 8:18. So the power to make wealth is basically you have a plan. You have an idea. For example, Uber. Someone had to think about that. Someone saw the necessity for transportation in personal vehicles. He mapped it out, came up with a plan, put it in action, boom, Uber cracking to this day. So a part of your wealth, it comes from you looking at what's happening in the world right now. Take a good look at the world. Go to social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, your own personal life, your city, your town, your state, your country, wherever you're from. Look around you and look for an obvious gap, right, that other people don't see. Sit down, think about it, develop it out if you have to. I don't know what you need to do. Maybe some of you may be writing a book. Some of you may have a song. I don't know. but you have to figure out an answer to some type of problem people are having that they don't know they need. So what I mean by that, people didn't really know they needed Uber until he presented it. He saw the need, and when he presented that solution, people hopped right on it. Like, man, that makes a lot of sense. I've used Uber before. Downtown working in Chicago, I had to use Uber from time to time. So part of your wealth is going to come through you with a vision. And that's why your dreams are so important. That's why your meditation is so important. That's why affirmations are so important. Time in the gym, which is recreation, recreating yourself. You got to constantly recreate yourself through gym, fitness, reading, meditation. Continue to invest into yourself. And through investing in yourself, eventually you'll get the idea or the thought or a number of thoughts that can lead to your wealth. This is why Malcolm X said you should read as much as you can every day, because you never know where you make an idea. So with a message like this, you're going to have to be consistent. This is not a quick solution. You may have to work at this for 3 to 5 years, just as I've already mentioned. So this is a word of direction. Some of you, this may give you the courage you need to pursue that idea. Others, it may give you the wisdom you need to do it a different way. I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. So this is not a one-size-fits-all glove. All of you know your own individual financial situation, your goals, what you're actually capable of. And you got to be clear on what you're capable of. You can't compare yourself to everybody else. And this is the problem with social media. We see one person do something and we assume we all can. That may not be the case. If we look at this from a biblical perspective for a minute, if you don't mind, the Most High gives out talents. Some people have 5 talents. Some people have 10. Some people have 1. So if you have 5 and someone has 10, you need to stop comparing yourself. Just look at what you have. And the problem with most of us is we spend more time worried about other people and what they got going on and how they're doing things, how they're not doing it right, and how I can do it better. We spend more time doing that than developing what we do have and bringing our gifts to the world. This is how we experience that supernatural transfer of wealth. We don't experience that by being copycats. We experience that by bringing ourselves to the earth. Think about that. There's only one you. So you need to figure out what is unique about you. Let me talk to you for a second. I'm your big brother, right? Let me talk to you. What's the unique about you? What makes you special? And when you figure that out, present it. Develop it. Do the best you can. Be yourself. And in doing that, you're going to position yourself to be elevated. You're going to position yourself to experience that breakthrough you want. You're going to position yourself to experience that massive moment you want. You know, when things are working out for you and when you're able to, viral was the word I searched for in my mind. The viral moment you have when things just take off. And that comes from authenticity. That comes from being yourself. And as you do that, more and more day by day, you will experience the breakthrough that you want. That's all I have for you today. Hope this video serves to help you. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.